Good evening, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and this is yet another edition of my For My Students video series. And I wanted to say, first of all, I'm going to wing this video. Whatever I say is whatever I say. Whatever pops in my head is whatever pops in my head, and that's it, okay? So there's no particular order to this particular video. I just wanted to say a few things, so bear with me on this. First of all, a big thank you to Crazy Josh Cravey for helping me set up my Patreon page. There's still a few things I'm not quite sure of yet. Crazy Josh Cravey doesn't know all that much about Patreon either, so I'm going to be asking some other people about some of this stuff. And if you guys know any information about Patreon, let me know and I will ask you guys about it. Okay, so anyway, I do have a Twitter account, and I just wanted to let you guys know about it. I'm going to put a hyperlink to the Twitter account down here. I'm usually goofy and silly when I'm on there. I'm not on there all the time, but once in a while I pop on there, and I guess I'm just sarcastic sometimes and just generally funny. I don't really get into too much serious stuff, but if you want to take a look at what I'm doing, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm not on all the time, but once in a while I am, and there you go. Now then. Whew. Anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that I am in the process of creating not one, but 2 Kindle books. Okay? And that's kind of what's been slowing me down. I am going to say this, that when it comes to the 4th Kindle book, which hopefully will be up in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I don't really know, but this is one of the books you're going to have with you as you read my book, because I'm going to be referencing this one. Particularly, pages 50 through 80 of this book will be referenced when I do my book. The other book will be a full-scale Latin tutorial. Okay, as you know, I can read and write Latin except for participles. There is something called an ablative absolute, and I will do a full discussion of ablative absolute in this particular Kindle book. Pay attention to what I'm telling you, folks, because it will make you sound very smart and will get you to the point where you will more than likely land a very high-paying, gainful employment. That I couldn't make it any more plain than that. Okay, now then, as for the Looking for Lincoln Heritage Coalition, well, I got contacted the other day, and somebody told me that there was this Route 66 coalition that had been formed here in Illinois. I'm like, okay, fine. And they have erected approximately 35 signs of their own, some of them having seals on them. Okay, they have little medallions just like the Looking for Lincoln signs. Okay, and some of them have audio, and when you press the button, it narrates a particular thing that happened at that particular location. So they're wondering if I'm going to go all over Illinois and videotape these particular signs. The answer is that once I finish my work with the Looking for Lincoln Heritage Coalition, yes, I will. I actually got to see one of these signs. I went to Lincoln, Illinois. They have a hotel there, and right next to it is a giant covered wagon, and an Abraham Lincoln statue is sitting on this covered wagon, and right in front of that is a Route 66 sign. I should have taken my video camera with me. I never gave it a thought. If I had, I would have videotaped that for you and let you see this for yourself. But anyway, I will take the time eventually to go all over the state, and really it's just basically from Chicago almost to St. Louis. Okay, because that's the stretch of Route 66 that's actually in Illinois. And so therefore I will videotape one sign after the next to show you these things. The signs are encased in chrome. just like the old bumpers on the old automobiles of the 1950s and 60s. So it'll be kind of cool to do this, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, so now that we have discussed ablative absolute, you know that I'm writing a Latin book, that I fully intend to chase down these Route 66 signs. Also, you know that I am working on another Kindle book. It's about hermeneutics and exegesis, and I know you've never heard about any one of these, but you will now. And I'm going to give a complete tutorial on this. Now, what about YouTube ending the pay-per-view program? How am I going to adjust to that? Well, the main way I'm going to do that is that the more difficult material that I was going to actually present on YouTube with a pay-per-view system, I'm actually going to write Kindle books instead. That way I can still make revenue off of it, and you guys can still have it. It will be dirt cheap, I promise, but the books are coming. First one is going to be medical terminology, and then I'm going to translate the De Humani Corporis Fabrica. I know you've never heard of this before. It was published by a guy named, it was published, and as you can see, I stutter, I stammer sometimes. I am truly sorry about that. I truly apologize, but I do this every once in a while. So, anyway, what I'm saying is that there is a guy by the name of Andreas Vesalius, and he wrote the very first anatomy book. Okay? And I'm going to translate this for you. It was written in Latin, and I'm going to translate it for you. And you're going to like this. You really are. But when I translate it, it will actually be placed in a Kindle book, and you guys can have that. There will also be a book about shorthand, and I will translate it for you. Okay, and well, I don't really have to translate it. I just have to show you how to do shorthand, and I will do that. As for the sign language, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. If I can figure out some way to put it up on Patreon, that'd be fine. I don't know. I may end up putting that in a Kindle book too. I just don't know. I haven't decided yet. But now, as you can plainly see, there will be still free videos for you guys. I've already videotaped some memory videos for you guys. More of those will come, and then also there'll be these Kindle books, and so therefore you guys will be able to purchase those. Beyond that, I don't know. I hope that YouTube will someday, whether it be a sponsor type thing or whatever, they will set up some kind of a program where I can put up videos that people can actually pay for and watch those. Because I want you to have this education, but this is not education that you absolutely have to have in order to acquire a high-paying, gainful employment. This is just extra education I'm providing to you. I thought, well, what the hey, I'll do this. There you are. So, anyway. Anything else that I can say here? I'll say this and then I'll stop. Okay, recently I placed an order through Walmart.com, but there was a problem with the order, and let me go through this for you real quick. I actually have a post office box, and if I get popular enough, I'll let you guys know where this post office box is. so you guys can send me fan mail or whatever you want to send me, okay? But in the meantime, there are times when there are things that I want to purchase, okay? There are things I want to purchase, but they're not available in Decatur, Illinois. And I don't want to travel all the way to Springfield or Champaign to try to buy them. So I do order some things online. And one of the things I was trying to order was a DVD, okay? And it's hard to find here in Decatur, so I went ahead and decided to order it. And the problem became that my primary address is that post office box. My reason for that is, well, let's just say that it's just like a barrel of apples. When you have a barrel of apples, you have lots of good apples. Unfortunately, one or two in the barrel is always going to end up being bad. That's just the way it is. So, there's a lot of wonderful people here in Decatur, Illinois. I know a lot of wonderful people. I've made a lot of friends here. I really have. So, but as in every town, you're going to have one or two bad apples. And because of this, as a precaution, nothing more, but as a precaution, I went ahead and got myself a post office box. And that's the way I'm going to say it. I know that's not the best way to describe the situation, but it is the best way for me to say it here on YouTube. So, because not all the apples in this wonderful city of mine are the best apples in the world, a lot of them are, and I've made a lot of friends here, so don't get me wrong, but not everybody's the best apple, okay? I'm sure you've heard of Johnny Appleseed, okay? There you go. But there are a lot of great people here. It's a wonderful town, but every town has one or two little bad apples. It's inevitable. And because of that, I have a P.O. box, a post office box. Anyway, that is my primary address. The thing is that not all companies want to ship your merchandise to your post office box. Sounds silly, right? But they don't. So if your primary address is your post office box, if you have something shipped to your home address, well, guess what happens? It never gets to you. It gets to the last post office just before it gets to you, and then they place a label on it and they ship it back to the person you ordered it from. That's what creates a problem. Now, the post office has told me that the best way to get around this is to place my home address as my primary address, and on the second address line, place my post office box. And that's what I've done, and from now on, that should cure the situation. But the thing is with Walmart, here is my complaint. You need to tell your companies, wherever you're getting this stuff from, that they should fix this. Okay? This should be fixed in their data banks. This is just a simple computer glitch. Why can't they fix it? I mean, can't they just print both addresses on the box and ship it out that way? I think they should. That way, if one wasn't right, they could try the other, and if they couldn't get it through there, then the post office could then contact someone like me, because my post office box is registered with the post office, obviously. So the post office could call me and say, look, we're having problems getting this box to you. It arrived at our station. Can you either come up here, or do you want us to put it in your post office box, or do you want us to leave a note, or, you know, and work something out that way. But this is Walmart's stupidity. It really is. They need to fix their computer system so that both addresses appear on the package. That way the post office can decide what they want to do next. And I think that the post office should upgrade their computers to accommodate this as well. If it's coming into one address, they can take a look and see if there's a second address that they can try to deliver this stuff to. I would even be willing to sign a document saying, well, if it goes to this address, I am more than willing for you to have it shipped to this other one as well. I'd be happy to sign a document like that. I really would. But like I said, when your primary address is a post office box, you're going to have a bear of a time getting some products to your house, and that's why. So definitely Walmart needs to upgrade their system in order for that to work. Because there are some things that I order from Walmart. There are some things I order from Amazon.com. That's because they're not available here. If they were, I'd buy them here. They're just not. So I have to do this. Anyway, like I said, I think both Walmart and the post office needs to upgrade their computer system, okay, their full computer system, and we can sign specific documents saying, hey, look, if it goes to this address, please divert it to the other address. Thank you very much. And they could do that. This is a modern-day, computer-aged, whatever, and they can upgrade their programming to accommodate this. Both Walmart and the post office can do this. But this is mostly Walmart's problem in the first place. They need to place both addresses on the package and then ship it out. So, anyway, that's what the post office suggested to me. I'm going to do that from now on. Hopefully that will work, and maybe we've got this whole situation resolved. Alright. One last thing, and I'll go away from here. The last thing is that when I'm doing these memory videos, if you have anything that let's put it this way. If you have anything that you want me to create a memory video on, okay, I'm supposed to teach you how to remember key details of a particular article or something. If you have anything that you want me to come up with memory techniques for, I'll happily do that. Just leave the names of the articles right down here in the comments below. I also guess I can tell you guys that I am preparing notes even as we speak for not one but 2 collab videos with Crazy Josh Cravey. And those will be coming up hopefully before Christmas. If not before Christmas, or at least after Christmas. Might be a late Christmas surprise for everybody. Might be an early birthday surprise for me. Yes, in a few months I'll be getting another year older, so that might be my birthday present to all of you, even though it's my birthday. So anyway, I just wanted to share all this particular information with you. I'm sorry I stuttered. I will tell you one other thing. I will write a full book covering this, the Federalist Papers, and at some point next year, it's something you can look forward to in 2018. I don't know that I'll get my other books done before 2017. I might be able to get one of them done. I don't know that I'll get them all done that way. But 2018 will be a Kindle time, big time. So, I can't really think of another thing I want to tell you guys. If I think of something, I'll put it in my next video. Anyway, I thank you very much for tuning in on all this. Let me know what you think about all the things I just told you. I will tell you more in a future video, so I would like for you to stay tuned.